All right, so it's been an all-out assault since Trump named you.
No doubt.
I mean, from alleged rape allegations to allegations about your marriage to financial mismanagement allegations at your companies that you ran, your foundations, I should say. How's it going with Trump right now? Is he so far standing by you, and have you spoken to him?
I spoke to him this morning, Megyn.
Legal note. I have a legal note.
Yes, since the day Trump named him as a defense secretary, the mainstream media cannot allow him to drink water. Every single day, his name is up and down. And there is one thing I appreciate him, he is strong. I saw this 2 days ago. The mainstream media is actually pushing that this man should be replaced by Ron DeSantis. And I don't know how true it is. They are now making it sure to spread the news that Trump is thinking to replace him with Ron DeSantis. A lot of Republicans are not happy with that idea. The other day, I saw Sonny Austin coming out to read a legal note.
You rushed me for that? I see you. I see you over there.
I have a very quick statement.
It's not going to be that quick.
Pete Hegseth has denied any wrongdoing. His lawyer said he paid the woman in 2023 to head off the threat of a baseless lawsuit. No charges were ever brought.
You rushed me for that?
You've spoken to him.
I spoke to him this morning, Megyn. He's amazing. He's a fighter. He's been through this himself. And he told me the last thing he said to me, well, two things he said to me when I left his office when he chose me was, well, besides what he said about being a warfighter, we can get into that, was you're going to need to be tough as shit. You're going to need to be tough as shit.
This is the third time, if I'm counting, where Sonny Austin is doing this. They spilled this ridiculous claim about this man over and over. She's now being forced by the producers to read this. Let's go back to this clip with Megyn Kelly. He had a lot to say, pertaining to what is going on. Before we even go into that clip, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm if you share the video.
But he said, you go meet those senators and I've got your back. It means a lot to me. Tells you who that guy is.
So you are meeting with them. Any open wobbliness there? How do you like your chances right now?
Donald Trump won overwhelmingly. 76 million votes. He's got 53 senators, all of which understand what the American people voted for. They voted for the change that Donald Trump is going to bring. And they knew in the picks that he's made, he's bringing in change agents. If you wanted another general or another admiral or an executive or a CEO or a politician or a lawyer to run the Defense Department, we've tried that before. He said, I want a warfighter. I want lethality, lethality, lethality. I want readiness, accountability, standards, warfighting. Pete, that's you, that's me, clean house of the woke crap. All that stuff, all the stuff and the CRT and the DEI and the genderism and the get rid of it. Let's bring the Pentagon back to the people, the people's Pentagon for warfighters. And that's the message he gave to me that I've projected back to senators, and it resonates. When I get a chance to sit down, especially with these senators from the Senate Armed Services Committee, that's the committee I'm talking to, they care about the military a lot. They've run for office, spent their lives trying to invest in it. So the advise and consent process is a real thing. Like, I'm hearing from these men and women, these senators who have great ideas, want to make sure that when I'm confirmed, we're able to implement them at the Defense Department.
They're worried about the military and the country and not necessarily your love life.
No.
Or your mom.
Or my mom, who did a fantastic job on Fox and Friends.
We're going to show some of it.
If we all went back 7 years, we would see that maybe we were not the people we are today. And I'm sure many of you across the country understand how difficult divorce is on a family. There's emotions. We say things. And I wrote that in haste. I wrote that with deep emotions. I wrote that out of love. And about 2 hours later, I retracted it with an apology email, but nobody's seen that. I want to say something about the media. And part of today is to discredit the media and how they operate. When they contact you, I let a few phone calls go, but then they call you and say they threaten you. That's the first thing they do. They say, unless you make a statement, we will publish it as is. And I think that's a despicable way to treat anyone. Threats are dangerous. I don't think the way you operate it feels almost criminal when reporters call you and threaten you. I don't think a lot of people know that's the way they operate. And they don't care who they hurt, families, children.
By the way, you'd be surprised how
when you look at this video, you feel different, right? So I don't understand what is happening. When you see the mainstream media and Democrat talking against someone, according to me, it is that person you should choose. They dislike that person simply because he might be tough. The same lie, they dislike Trump and the people choose him. That might just be a simple message for you to understand. When this man is speaking, you see the power in him. Yes, like somebody that is decisive. So I don't get the point. The mainstream media is pushing Ron DeSantis. There is a question. I've seen positive articles pertaining to that.
that's what they're trying to do to you. That's their playbook. Get ready for more. And they're going to make it up, just like they have so far. All anonymous, all innuendo, all rumor, nothing sourced, no verification, and they're just going to keep doing it because you're a threat to them. You're a threat to their system. You're a threat to all the things in Washington, D.C., the swamp, the things that people have rejected. You're a threat to that. And so they're coming after you. And I know that. He knows that. And when you stand firm on that, it's not difficult to just continue to fight. So, yeah, we saw what happened, but guess what happened? Kavanaugh stood up, and he fought, and he won. And hopefully Republicans have learned that lesson.
And Trump stood by him.
And Trump stood by him. What you're seeing right now with me is the art of the smear. It is the classic art of the smear. Take whatever tiny kernels of truth, and there are tiny, tiny ones in there, and blow them up into a masquerade of a narrative about somebody that I am definitely not. And what they never quote, and we'll get into this too, are the legions of people from who I served with in combat, multiple tours, from the multiple veterans organizations that I very proudly ran, and I really want to get into that, and my time at Fox News. They never asked the people closest to me.
No.
They never asked the people who were involved directly. And when they do, and I've got a list right here of people, and Will Cain and my hosts at Fox News have come out, all the folks on Fox Friends have all come out and said, this is not Pete. And we've worked with Pete for 10 years, every single morning, every single day.
Yes, I don't care about this man's history, what I accuse him of doing. I only believe something until he's proven in court and is guilty. Whatever thing these people are saying, to me, I don't want to hear anything. We saw what happened to Trump. It is not surprising. Like he said, if you are a threat to the system, this is how the Lord smear campaigns to put you down. If you are not strong, you will not be able to withstand that. This is just like a test to know if he can withstand this. If you are a weak person, it will show to the world that you cannot withstand this small temperature. Talk less of standing up to withstand a lot of things that are standing in front of you. If you see him being tough, it is just to portray the kind of person he will be if put in that position. Jimmy Kimmel had this to say about Trump replacing him with Ron DeSantis.
Very damning email Pete's mother sent him about the way he treats women. So this morning, his mom, who apparently shared this with someone, who shared it with the Times, went on Fox and Friends to do damage control, which is funny. He's a nominee for the Secretary of Defense. Has a nominee for Secretary of Defense ever put his mom on TV to help him? Did Donald Rumsfeld's mom?
I don't care if they write that. So, with that, I'm going to shake it off.
That guy.
I mentioned that guy's name. He's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway.
Hey there.
How are you doing? If you watch this show regularly, I'm guessing you're not doing great. Yeah, me neither.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night.
The rest of us be doing on day one. Right? Now's the time to stand in solidarity with our friends, with our neighbors.
Well,
Bishop Vigano, he says that the
dollars for Beyonce.
I'd freak.
You're very good. How do you think the election went?
Only up by 15 points.
Got Taylor Swift.
Pretty sure the government doesn't want you to know this because